Hello, everybody! It's been a while. I hope that you're having a wonderful night. I know I am. Once again, I am Graham, or Graham Crackers. If this is your first time tuning in, welcome to the channel. Here at Graham Crackers, we're all about a few things. Having friends, ooh, having fun with friends, and making lifelong memories through TTRPGs, MMORPGs, and video games. Tonight, we are once more resuming our D&D 5e homebrew campaign, DM'd by yours truly, Shards of Anarion. And I am joined by some spectacular friends and spectacular people who are with me tonight that need no introduction, but I'm going to have them introduce themselves because they are awesome. So I want to know three things from each of them. Who are they? Who are they playing? And I would love to know, what is your character's last happy memory?
Okay. Well, hi, folks. I guess I'm starting out since Garak is praying and Kira's casting spells. So, hi, I'm Derek Sword. I will be playing Verban, the Null Ranger, tonight, and Great Cleric. I should add that as well. I'm also going to be Jaegering, I believe is the term. Kier, the Turtle Druid Wizard, normally played by L Street Gaming. L is off doing something incredibly important, so we'll miss him, but I will do my best not to kill his turtle. So as far as Verban goes, his last happy memory, he actually has some nice happy memories just recently. Probably the last real happy one was just hanging out in Thunderjugs with his party. So that would have been when Ning was still around, but it was nice. They still had some worries, but it was nice. For Kier, it was probably when the family was all still together, I would imagine. But I will hand it off at this point to Fox.
Hey everyone, I'm Fox, or TTRPG Fox. I play Brodus, your dwarven bard warlock that, I like to take the the less traveled path. So, we go with that. Rose's last happy memory, I would be along the lines of either Verban in Thunderjugs, or, now this is going to test my memory, or the party that they were at, whichever one was last, that Brodus used his illusory script to make a really good deal for himself. So that was a great time. And I will pass it off to Pharaoh.
Hello, I'm Pharaoh. I'll be playing Sinra Starmain, the Leonin Warlock Paladin, and her last happy memory. She was actually quite pleased about herself this very morning in character, when she helped one of our dwarven companions take oaths and become a paladin. So her happy memory is right now.
Me next, then. I'm Vinny. I'm playing Zadar, who's Dragonborn Rogue, and his last happy memory was probably when he stole the ring off of that dude, that asshole that used to run Thunderjugs or whatever, or still does, or whatever, whoever that asshole was, that stupid jerk. And I stole that shit from him. That was great. Stole magic ring.
I hope
Screw
you're not
that guy.
talking about Shock Thunderjaw.
Yeah, Shock Thunderjaw. Awesome name, terrible person. Gave me a free ring. Nice guy, actually.
And I'm your DM. I play literally everything and everyone else. To a degree. Sometimes I have guest stars play them. Who knows? That could be you. But every week I give my players an option. They can, give a little backstory on the last session, and whoever does the recap gets a 1d6 to apply to a roll after seeing the result. Or, if they choose or opt not to, I will give the recap, and I get that to use either for them or against them, depending on how I'm feeling that night. So, without further ado, let's begin our recap, shall we?
Heck, I'm playing 2 characters. I'll do the recap this time.
Okay.
I'm stealing it from you the last second.
Okay. What emotion do you want in your very dramatic regaling?
Factual.
Factual. I don't know if
I'm doing this from memory. I have nothing written down. Just hit me with some music and
All
we'll
right.
lay down a beat. Okay. That's very factual. Yeah, that's great. Okay, last time on Shards of Anarion. Our party made it further into the undead keep, the former city, and further down to where we found mining carts and old wagons, but just derelict and broken and long abandoned. The further down we got, the darker it became, until we finally came to an underground stream with a few kind of leftover structures, almost ruins around it. We noticed there were a couple of boats that were very out of use, so we decided to fix those boats to cross the stream. We also noticed that further down there was something that appeared to look like a stone dragon head that may or may not have been carved, may or may not be something that at one time was organic, or may still be organic. As our party was fixing the boats, along with the dwarven mercenaries that we took along with us, Brodus decided to take a little stroll, Kier along with them. And as they're strolling out, away from the party, into danger, looking for wood here or there, Verban went chasing after them, Sinra went chasing after them. Everybody basically was like, where the heck is Brodus? We need to put a leash on that guy. Turns out that they were fine at the moment, but one of those sticky, ugly shadow monsters decided to come down, had to fight off those, so that was super fun. But Sinra also had the wonderful moment of blessing one of the dwarves, I believe the dwarven cleric, and granting her a path, a righteous path of I'm not sure what deity or kind of spirituality, but one nonetheless, which is a good thing. Yeah, that's what happens. So now we've still got some sort of ancient dragon to find and fight, and we're all good. Everybody's gonna live. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, that sounds mostly right. Wonderful. All right, so let's get some music going. That's a little less factual. Let's start this off. Oh, thank you for the 14 months, Con. Love you. Does anyone have any scenes that they would like, or conversations they would like to have in the morning before kind of venturing out? Whether with your NPCs or with the party members with you.
The boats are all fixed at this point, right?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
they are as repaired as they're going to be.
Right.
And they're about 10 feet by 5 feet wide.
Brodus worked all night to fix those boats.
And Cure cast mending a lot.
Brodus, you did a fantastic job on these boats. I do want to give you credit after I yelled at you not so long ago, but it's good work.
Yep.
Did you sleep at all?
Nope.
Have you been sleeping?
Not last night.
What's the last time? Her brow furrows a little bit.
I've slept plenty in the last week, not last night.
Are we all going to cross the stream then?
I mean, you have boats now.
Can they hold everyone, though? I do not think they can.
I think they can. I built them myself.
That seems factually incorrect. You mended them.
No. I built them.
Oh. But still, there are 6 of us, and she starts pointing and counting at the dwarves, and how many of them are there?
5.
There are 5 dwarves. In total, your party is 5, 11 people. You have 2 rowboats that are about 10 feet by, let's say 10 feet. I'll be generous. You could fit probably comfortably 4 people in each, leaving 3 people not on a boat.
We were going to have to take trips anyway.
Did you say something about walking on water? Someone said that.
I did not prepare the spell because of the boats. I believe Kier might have had the spell too, but that doesn't actually seem to be the case. So, I did.
The morning. Could new spells be prepared?
It is the morning, yeah.
Yep, it is.
I certainly could prepare something to allow us to walk across the stream if that is. I just didn't want to, since we're probably going to get into a fight. And fighting spells, but that is fine. So if we have bolts or anything, okay.
I worry about either leaving some behind when we know the undead are coming from that direction, or yes, I do not know about this making trips. We would be leaving some stranded on either side, no matter what.
In that case, I could allow 10 individuals in total to walk, or at least not drown should they fall out of the boats.
And do we know what lies in the dark waters?
We do not, but nothing that came after us, in the night at least.
Brodus, have you spent a lot of time around boats?
I mean, not necessarily. No. I mean,
I haven't, so I was just wondering if you could answer a few questions.
My family, the one I left because I didn't want to do that job, they were, lumberjacks and carpenters and stuff. So they know wood, and I knew things passively from them about wood. So I built boats.
Right. So you built boats.
Well, these are my first 2.
Okay. So they knew things about wood, and you knew them. So by the transitive property.
Well, you could assume that from me being around them. I would have picked up a thing or 2.
See, I don't know very much about boats myself. What's the front part called?
The front.
Well, I'm pretty sure there's a name for it among sailors.
We are going to call it the front.
Okay.
Verban looks very sternly about that.
What about what are these things called here? And he points to, I assume there's some sort of oars. It's a rowboat.
Yeah, there are a set of oars. Oh, thank you for that crit. You all have you all have inspiration from Khan.
Oh,
thank you. These are paddles, and you paddle down water with paddles. You can also do other things with paddles, but that's a different conversation.
Now, You were never on the boats yourself.
No. Well, yeah. Yes, but no. I've been on boats, but they were like big boats.
What sort
and
of big boats? What
like
were they
big,
called?
Big boats.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll just walk along the bank of the river, I think, everybody. That seems like it would be the best for me.
I was wrong. Kier does have water walk, so we could technically get everybody with water walking and not mess with the boats, or at least have that as a backup in case boat issues arise. But
I mean, I will say this: the last roll of last session was Brodus rolling for the repairs, and I believe it was a 23.
Mm-hmm. Great. I mean, good for him.
Yeah, I mean, take that as you will.
Oh well, if Kier has magic that can make me walk on the water, I'll sacrifice my comfort and stay outside of the boat.
I
Yes.
am comfortable doing as well.
Great.
Thanks, guys. I spent all night doing this.
roll this.
It is very useful. We do not know what lurks below. I do not want any of you getting grabbed, perhaps. Those are good shields. You did well.
So one more time, how many people do we have in total?
11.
11 in total. You know, Kier can also turn into a swimming animal. So that's everybody right there with a water walk.
Perfect.
Bruce just goes, okay. Verban, you take that boat. You take dwarves. I take this boat. I'll take dwarves. And, oh, wait, where's Garako?
Garok can walk. Garok can actually swim.
That too.
Lizard folk can hold their breath.
Anybody can hold their breath. Great. So, we've sorted out our lives. Are there any other further preparations that need to be made before we embark on this extremely dangerous venture of confronting a dragon behind the huge bone archway?
Nope.
Let's do it.
All right. I'll be in the back this time, since we know where we're going. I'll let all of you go first.
So off they go to the shores of this underground street.
All right, so just for my notes, who's in the boats?
Me and dwarves, and then Verban and dwarves.
Standing like Washington crossing the Delaware.
All right.
Not standing like Washington,
That
sitting in the
does-
back of the boat.
That does let one more person ride if we want.
Yep.
Yep, you do have room for 2 more people. If it's Brodus and 2 dwarves and then 3 dwarves in the other.
No, it
That's
only
one.
leaves
You're right, I'm
for
missing one.
one.
Who am I missing? Where is my... I have Millie, I have Philly, I have Gawain, I have Tori, I have Lurbeline. I'm missing Philly, Millie, Lurbeline. Nope, that's all your dwarves. You had 5 dwarves. You had 6 at the start and 1 died. I'm not going mad.
Yep. So we have room for
You have room
one.
for 2 more people.
No one. Because it's Verban and 3. Me and
yeah.
2.
Okay, so Verban's there. Okay, yes, you have room for 1 more.
Yep.
And Zadar's taking up the rear. Who is going in front?
It's your girl.
All right. I'm assuming Garak is keeping pace with you, probably.
I don't know. Maybe he'll sit in the boat that's at the front.
Okay.
So he's pretty close.
Sure.
I will also say, as the morning is kind of happening and everything, Kier will ritual cast water breathing and water walk.
Okay, so 8 people for water breathing, if I remember correctly.
I believe water breathing says 10.
Oh, 10. Nice.
10
You
living
think as
creatures, I
someone that
believe, for
casts
both.
that literally in every game, every
Right,
day, I
yeah,
would
every
remember
single day.
this.
Yeah, it's 10 for both water breathing and water walk. So Kira is going to ritual cast on everybody but herself. And then she'll wild shape.
I
once they
would
actually get to the water.
say, knowing what Kira knows, and Kira has passed a perception check to notice that Brutus has not been sleeping her entire time headed down, I would argue that she would cast it on herself and not on Brutus, because Brutus doesn't seem to need bodily functions necessarily.
Was Brutus not fucking breathing? Okay. Yeah, never mind.
No one. I'm
Picked up on the whole not sleeping thing. Didn't get that Brutus was also like death rattling every time that he spoke.
No, definitely not death rattling.
Brutus,
Just like every time he needs to talk,
have you
he's
been
just like,
pretending
oh,
to breathe, or have you not been pretending to breathe?
I'm breathing like a normal
Oh,
human
okay.
Brodus.
Oh, for some reason.
And by human I mean dwarven Brodus.
Ah, okay.
it's like
Then
when you
yes.
forget to breathe, but Brutus is like, oh, I gotta
You
exercise
keep
the
him
old lungs.
busy.
Every time he goes to talk, he's like, oh, I gotta fill these motherfuckers again. Okay.
Yeah, so Brutus would have it. All right.
I was like, I didn't think I'm that dead.
I couldn't remember if it was eat, sleep, and breathe, or if it was just don't need to sleep.
I think it's just, let me double check, but I believe it's, I don't need to sleep.
Because warlocks, you have the undying, and then you have the other one, and they both give kind of the same.
You no longer need to sleep and can't be forced to sleep by any means, and you gain the benefits of a long rest while doing light activity.
Okay.
So yeah, no putting me to sleep, bitches.
Yeah, weird flex, but okay. Moving on. All right. So let's get some music going, huh? All right. You carry the boats back to the water. Back by those old, decrepit, rotten and moldy docks, putting them back into the water before the dwarves begin to climb in one. The 3 dwarves, Lurbeline, Tori, and Gawain, take the rightmost boat, along with Verban, sorry. Millie, Philly, Garak, and Brodus take the one on the left. The water itself, should any of you touch it, is still and dark, murky beneath the surface. Yet a pallid kind of chill rolls off its surface like a fog, extending out from the cavernous arch that kind of leads deeper into the mountain itself. The 4 statues on either side remain as they were the previous night. And quickly, two of the dwarves pick up the paddles and they begin to ready yourselves. For those of you with water work, your feet touch the water. Ripples extending from the soles of your feet out to the edges. The waterway aqueduct is about 115 feet across from stone wall to stone wall. The archway is about 20 feet of water that can pass through. A narrow fit for the two boats as you all begin to move. I'm assuming you are moving at a cautious pace.
I will say that Kier is probably leading the way. Kier will wild shape into a crocodile.
Okay.
So they're like the flowers that are on her back as she kind of wild shapes take on like this mossy kind of form. So it's like well, it's a crocodile rather. So it's like kind of like how stuff will grow in a crocodile, kind of grows in a log. All of like the flowers kind of turn into that, and so she will keep nose above water and just eyes kind of looking out, but move very crocodilian and slow through the water, kind of scouting out.
Okay. Kier enters the water in crocodile form. Their reptilian body sinking almost beneath the waves. As you can see, like the back ridges of the crocodiles kind of just above the surface at times. The water is cold and murky, but for a crocodile is no issue. The boats begin to carry you all down with the slow, steady oars rowing and dragging into the water itself. After about 2 minutes, the archway hangs above you. That stone face of a dragon hovering wide over the archway made of bones that seem to have been tarred and ichor against stone itself. Before you... Oh, Sinra?
I was going to say, as we are passing under these archways and knowing what happened the last time we passed by stone hanging above us, I would like to use Divine Sense.
Okay. That's 60 feet?
60 feet, Celestial Fiend Undead.
Alright. So, you pop this off at the archway. Reaching out into your teachings, you feel the pings of undead. There are numerous ones 60 feet down underneath the water.
I will tense and look back to the boats. They do lurk beneath us. Keep your wits about you.
Anything else anyone would like to do? Alright. The boats pass by the archway itself, drifting slowly above darkened waters. Before you seems to be a aqueduct of sorts. To the left and the right are these cobbled and arched walls that seem to kind of curl like a C, meeting at the water's edge. There isn't much of a walkway on either side where the stone rises above the water itself, but it is smooth and mastercrafted by dwarven hands. And the water is still. You begin to continue on. With very little light. Are any of you holding a torch? I assume most of you have dark vision.
I think if Sinra had said that there were things beneath us, anybody who had a light at that point would have been like told to snuff it out.
Yeah. I think Kier is the only person... Well, as a crocodile, I don't think they have dark vision, but...
They don't. No, but
If it's a racial of their current race, they would.
Turtles
think
don't have
turtles have
dark
dark
vision.
Oh,
yeah.
That's
Yep.
why.
Yep.
That's why Kier has the light spell.
I still have my devil sight.
Yep. So I will say this: Kier probably has to slow down a little bit.
I would say she was probably not moving fast to begin with.
Yeah.
Like I said, trying to be very long.
Stealthy.
Like, yeah, the crocodiles actually have a pretty decent stealth. So, yeah, she is moving quietly.
All right. Give me a stealth check from Kier. This is just for my notes because they're the only one actively in the water.
Stealthy crocodile. That's a 21.
21. Noted. Okay. So, you continue on, slowly making your way down the water. With Kier, I like to imagine Kier's probably between the two boats.
Yeah, I think that would be reasonable if she wasn't able to see anything.
Yeah. The oars pulling. The dwarves in both boats look on edge, especially at the mention of undead. Two of which are one of them on each boat is paddling Lurbeline on the one on the right, Tori on the one on the left. As the other dwarves kind of draw their weapons hesitantly, kind of peering over the side of the boat as if expecting something to come up. You continue down with nothing but the sounds of splashing water upon the boats for about an hour at your best approximation. Every so often there is another archway like that you just passed, with a dragon's face chiseled and 4 stone sentinels. However, can I get a perception check from anyone who would like?
I would like to do it.
Oh my gosh!
Same.
10?
24 for me.
21 for me.
All right.
gonna be a 18 for Grok.
All right. Zadar Verban. You two are the first to pick up on this. As you begin to move past the first, second, third sentinels, you notice that parts of stone on the original sentinels is being swapped out for bone. Progressively, these statues are becoming more and more bone more than stone. At first it was an arm, then a leg and an arm, then a skull, then a rib cage. Underneath...
As if the stone is being, like, transmutated into, like, calcified bone? Or, like, is it like, oh, we knocked the head off the statue and here's a skull that kind of fits?
It looks like it is calcified.
Neat.
Okay.
There's one additional thing. Sinra, Zadar, Verban, and Garak. As you begin making your way, after about an hour of travel, you see something in the water. It is floating ahead of you, kind of in the middle of the water itself. It's hard to make out what the shape is, but Kira is headed in its path at this moment.
I would like to take off one of my javelins and kind of like
It's hard to
boop it back at Kier.
Okay, so boop
So
it
like
away.
no, more just so like the wooden butt of it will stop her quietly.
Oh.
So she'll like feel it on her
Yeah.
crocodile nose.
Or snoot, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. You reach out. Kier will stop.
Does the thing move?
It's floating. It has not moved yet.
Should I keep going?
We can't tell what this thing is in the dark.
It is hard to make out. It is black and floating. Looks like some sort of fabric, maybe, or, you know, a tarp, or could be a piece of furniture, hard to tell. It is pitch
Oh, so
black.
it's like something floating on the surface.
Yeah, it is on
Yeah,
the
okay,
surface.
okay.
How far away is this?
About 10, 12 feet.
Then Sindra will pause and raise her claws and kind of like curl them in. And if it is a creature, I would like it to make an int saving throw.
Int saving throw, okay. Well, I don't think a 1 is gonna save, unfortunately.
Okay. So, I guess she would have to mutter some words as well. It does have a verbal component. I'm casting Mind Sliver
Ooh.
to see if it has a mind. So that's just like 3d6 psychic damage.
Okay.
So 8 psychic damage, and it takes a 1d4 off of its next saving throw.
Okay. So, you cast... describe to me how your Mind Sliver works. As you kind of curl your...
She kind of curls her claws. She starts to whisper some, like, soft words in a language none of you speak. And in whatever being this is head, they would hear, like, the same sort of, like, whispered, like, you know what I mean? And then also, like, at the end, like, just kind of this painful, like, it builds to a crescendo, and, like, they hear this, like, deafening sort of roar in their mind.
Alright. So, as this crescendo begins to build and build, you see a slight stirring in the water as a soggy, wet, bloated hand reaches up above the surface. Then a second one, and it begins to straighten its back. And you see what once was no doubt a dwarf, with bloated features, waterlogged, and then it sinks beneath the surface, and you hear a little pop as it ceases to exist.
I think we need to pick up the pace. I do not know if that will gather others.
Okay, let's keep moving.
Alright. Picking up the pace, you begin to make your way down the tunnels faster. The rowing is hurried and fervid, the dwarves switching out with each other when one becomes too tired. At the second hour, you arrive at an intersection. But as you have been moving along, the air has been becoming colder and colder. The tunnel kind of slanting down to a small degree, leading deeper into the depths of the Dwarven City. Ice has begun to form along the edges of the water. It is blackened and cold, and you come to the last intersection. In front of you are 4 statues. Well, statues is what they should have been. 4 giant skeletons, 2 on each side, 2 with great axes, and 2 with large swords. They stand presiding as the exit kind of opens up into a rectangle-like room. It is about 110 feet by 90 feet. And on the far side is a simple dock with the remnants of a rope that looks like it has been cut and is just hanging there. And a pair of stairs that there's a stone plateau and the stairs seem to go down. There is ice about 20 feet in on both sides, forming kind of walkways connecting to small scatterings of stone that these skeletons are kind of standing on.
Are they like holding weapons? They look hostile.
They are holding weapons, but not hostile at the moment. They're just standing and holding weapons. I'm going to move you onto a screen in a moment. You should be able to see in Roll20 the room that you are in.
Ooh, it's got moving water.
I know. I went all out for all of you.
Super fancy.
Is
So-
that initiative accurate?
No, that is the... And I just kept the initiative order and I'm going to edit it because all of you roll physical dice usually.
Okay. So that will be.
Oh, are we rolling initiative or like?
I mean,
You know what?
See
We
what's on
might
the
as
map?
well. Because I think by the time it comes down to combat, I'd rather have it ready. So if
we
you can
just
all roll
saw
the
some
initiative.
scary boys on the map.
They're just standing there though.
Menacingly!
Maybe they're just the welcome skeletons.
Yeah.
So, Graham, my second roll of the night's a 1.
Okay. With your dexterity.
Plus 4 for a total of 5.
Okay, 5 for Brodus.
Verban got a 19,
Alright.
and here I believe has alert. So that is a 16.
Alright. Sinra?
I just edited myself in Grok. They're accurate.
Oh, wonderful. And Zadar.
I have 25.2, which I just typed in the thing.
Oh, how fancy. Alright. Zadar. The boats kind of come to a stop. The dwarves kind of... You know, I should have probably rolled for the dwarves, now that I think about it.
That would be good because we need them to do.
Yeah, because we need them to be in this fight. I'm just going to put dwarves, and I'll roll points for them. Okay. Oh, the dwarf's got a 6. So, not that much better. But as you kind of come to a stop, you see the statues overlooking a certain point in the room, a threshold where the water is deepest. It's about this time that I think Kier needs to recast Wild Shape.
Oh, has it been that long?
It's been 2 hours. I
Yes.
don't
Okay.
know what level of druid she is off the top of my head.
Yeah, it's I believe it's only 2 hours because she's a circle of the coast. No, that's not the right thing. I'll double check. Give me 1 second.
Yep, no worries.
Yeah, 2 hours. Okay, I think Kier actually isn't going to wild shape, but she is just going to, in her turtle form, just kind of reform as she is, and just swim.
Okay.
There's something she can do.
All right. She begins to swim, and as she does so, I think that is a little bit less fluid and draws a little bit more attention than a crocodile.
I mean, maybe.
Maybe. I don't know how well turtles swim, to be fair.
Yeah, I mean, they have, they can hold their breath for an hour. They can speak Aquan. I mean, they're kind of...
No, that's fair, yeah. No.
Yeah, built to
Probably
be
pretty graceful.
somewhat aquatic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can roll stealth or something for
I mean, I already know what the stealth roll was from last time, and I'm just going to let that ride. But, Zadar, as you kind of look at these 4 statues, you feel uneasy. The statues haven't done anything. But there is a sense of being watched. That sense prickles down the back of your scales on your neck. And you can't place where. It seems to be all over. You can almost imagine casting your eyes and seeing eyes staring back at you from the walls themselves, the ceiling, the water. And the first bubbles begin to arrive from beneath the boats. Bloop, 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 bloop. And we already have initiative out of the way.
Yeah.
So, Zadar, what do you do?
So there's bubbles coming up underneath the boats.
Yep.
I don't see like any shapes or anything in the water, just bubbles.
So you have 60 feet. It's also obscured.
Yeah.
Hard to make out.
Just bubbles. Just a
Just
bunch
bubbles.
of bubbles. And the statues haven't done anything.
Right.
I guess Zed is just going to... So are we, on this map, it looks like we've just gone under an archway, you said, right?
Yeah, so you have just exited the archway. You're in the back because you said you were bringing up the rear.
Yeah.
The dock is right here. The boats are about 50 feet away, 55 feet.
Okay. So that's going to kind of move back, and like, is there an area where he can like maybe like climb up on a wall and like kind of press himself up against the wall while not being on the water?
I would say the archway.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
can definitely do it on the archway because there are like crenellations that would be
Okay,
able to
yeah.
handhold.
He's gonna head back behind the archway very quietly and try to hide.
All right, roll me a stealth check.
Whip. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's
Above 30?
it's above 30.
Okay, that's all I need to know.
31.
Ain't no one finding you.
Yeah. And he's just waiting for something cool to happen.
All right. Verban.
I think since Verban has all of the water spells that Kier does, or that Kier gave everybody, Verban is actually going to move out of the boat and gesture for Kier to take his spot, since Kier is otherwise undefended swimming and he is standing on the water. I will actually say that he is going to take a position behind the dwarven boats and kind of help to push it along, but also use them as human shields as he prepares his crossbow.
All right. Garak and Kier. Kier gets in the boat.
I would say that Kier gets in the boat and is just probably going through her extensive spell list.
Yeah. Sinra.
Garak will get out of the boat. Don't think he likes being there. So I think he'll like get up and shift forward. And can we see these things?
Yeah, they're statues.
Oh, okay, right. Not ominous at all.
I mean, if the other ones didn't attack you, why would these?
I think it is reasonable to think that Garak would come over and cast Death Ward on Sinra. He has done that before.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. Careful, Starlight. The dwarves, seeing the bubbles, Millie is going to draw her flail and is going to hold an action that is, I'm going to whap whatever comes up if something comes up. Philly is rowing the boat with Brodus. Tori is rowing the boat with that Verban is behind. Lurbeline and Gawain are also going to hold their actions, which are they draw their weapons and they're basically taking sides of the boat and going to hack it if anything shows up. Brodus.
I'm rowing a boat.
You're rowing a boat. Okay.
Yep.
Anything else?
No, my perception and all this very low, so I'm good.
Okay. All right. The bubbles begin to pick up the pace. As Zadar, Verban, anyone that's standing on the water at this point, you see shapes beneath you. You see grasping hands and bloated bodies swimming slowly up towards your boats. And the statues begin to move. The first two statues, the ones with the axes, move first. Each one of them moving slowly. You see frost and ice hangs on their features and on the bones itself. And they take a step, each in tandem, towards the party. They are about 40 feet away. This one is, anyways. They are going to get half that as they sink to about waist height in the water.
How tall were they?
They are giant. I don't know what that entails.
Okay, so the figures below us are not that far down.
No.
Is what I'm hearing. Okay, gotcha.
Well, also, closer to shore is going to be shallower.
Yeah, got it.
The second one is going to 25 feet. It can get there. Brodus.
Yep.
I just need to double check. You see this statue move quickly, the water splashing as it trudges towards your boat, its great axe held above its head as it comes slamming down. The first attack on your boat itself.
Okay.
22 is going to hit your boat.
It's probably going to destroy my boat.
I don't think you can destroy it in one hit.
You fixed it up so good. There's no
These
way.
boats have stats, believe it or not.
They do. 22,
Thanks,
20,
Ghost of Saltmarsh.
28 damage to the rowboat as it smashes in. The dwarves kind of throwing themselves wide as this axe cracks into this boat, driving a wedge of like 2 feet through the side, and it takes another swing.
I just fixed that.
Do you say this?
Yes.
Well, that is a nat 1. As you say this, and I think that it kind of comes at an arc, unable to decide whether it wants to hit the dwarves or hit the boat, or both. And it kind of decides on both, and in doing so misses everything.
So, Brodus, for your sake, a traditional rowboat has 50 hit points,
Yeah.
Oh,
and you're
all
taking
right.
28.
Bringing us to the top of the round.
But that's a traditional rowboat that actually like was in good condition. We are not in good condition.
I thought Brodus said it was great. No, he built
Yeah.
these.
Oh no.
Protus
To
said
me,
he
it's
would put his
great.
life on the line for these boats.
Oh yeah.
That is up to you, Zadar.
I'm muted. Zadar comes creeping around the corner. When he's like digging his claws in the wall, he's like crab walking, but like vertically. And then he leaps onto the top of the water, runs over it, and runs over to stab this thing with his magic knife made out of teeth. I will roll this thing. Tooth knife. Sneak attack. There's a 19 hit.
A 19 will hit.
It's the big stupid asshole that walked into the water. So I'm going to roll the d4 for that. That's going to be 3 plus 6 is 9. And then I'm going to roll in roll 20 the extra. I'm pretty sure it's still 5d6. I feel like I should remember this. 66. Great. Roll 66. That's an extra 21 damage.
All right. Anything else?
30 total. And then he will use a bonus action. I can disengage the bonus action. Yeah, I can't dodge. That's the monk thing, because I play monk. So he'll disengage, and how much movement will he use? Oops, sorry. I don't know. He's probably got like 10 feet left. So he's going to disengage and move back behind the boat.
Okay.
That's it.
All right, which brings us to a 3-way tie of 19s. You know what? I think Verban has the highest dex. Verban, you can go first.
Nifty. Verban, abandoning his Dwarven shield, is going to take Leonin shield. But when he does this, he is going to strategically place him somewhere where he can cast Turn Undead. So he is going to pull down his golden skull mask helmet, really cool thing that he has, and just kind of like let out a wave of Grave Cleric energy. So this is a bubble, so he's also trying to get the stuff that is beneath them, but also getting these two statues, should they be classified as undead. So it is a wisdom save of 15.
Wisdom save of 15. Okay. First one is not going to save. Second one is going to save with a 17. 19 on the die, minus 2.
And what about all the things
shoot.
beneath us?
Yeah. I'm going to just roll. I'll say I'll roll once for all of them.
Yeah, I mean, they should all be technically the same.
Yeah. That is a 13.
Cool. Well, they all have to flee. So that's nice.
That is nice. Anything else?
No, that is his one action because he didn't actually technically attack. So yeah, it lasts for 1 minute. Turn creatures must spend their turns trying to move as far away as it can. Can't willingly move to a space within 30 feet of Verban. Can't take reactions. Can only take the dash action or try to escape. So Verban is basically just going to turn to everybody and go, "Screw the boats, run!"
All right. Which, my Skelly boys will go next. As the two on the side that have yet to move begin to advance. Each one drawing their swords and moving out in front of you to form almost a wall. And they are going to hold their action as they both draw back their swords, ready to swing. Garak.
Garak will bear his holy symbol and snarl out something like, "Null will have you all," and use turn undead, channel divinity.
Okay. So, anything that is already turned, do they need to roll?
No, they're already turned.
Yeah. All right. So
Yeah.
the two that just advanced don't seem affected. And you actually hear through raspy, breathless throats, Null has no power here.
So the one that did succeed on its save, that one still has
Yeah.
to roll.
And that
Yeah.
is a 17 saving throw.
Which I believe is his. I don't know. Let me check. 1 second. Yeah, no, that succeeds.
Okay.
It's a 16.
All right, so it does not run away, unfortunately. Kira's
Then
up, I think. Oh,
Okay, so all 3 of them succeeded?
yeah, 2 of them were not affected at all. 1 saved.
Oh. Okay. And what about all the ones in the water below us?
They are already turned
Okay, gotcha. Okay.
from Verban.
Roll.
No, it was helpful. Kier is going to cast Chromatic Orb at one of the skeletons. We'll say the skeleton on the right, since if Graham, if you could move Kier into the rowboat.
Oh, of
since
course.
I can't
There you
control
go.
the thing. Yeah, either one. Actually, either one is fine.
Yeah, I don't know. There you go.
Okay, so yes, she's going to cast Chromatic Orb. We'll say it's the skeleton on the right. She will choose Thunder damage.
Okay.
So... Oh my god, there's so many modifiers multi-classing.
It's a nightmare, isn't it?
There's 2 different spell modifiers. I don't know which is which. Oh, I see. Okay, if I hover. So this is a wizard spell. Okay. Criminy. Okay. So that was a 16 to hit.
That will hit.
Okay. So then the skeleton is going to take 3d8 of thunder damage.
Okie dokie.
I was like, oh, this is so straightforward. Yeah. Yeah, let's multi-class spellcasters. What could go wrong? Okay, so it's 4 and 7. So 7 points of thunder damage.
Okay, and turn undead. Does that work until you hit them?
No, I think they're just turned. Were those those skeletons weren't even turned because those weren't within 30 feet.
Right. I just had to make sure.
Yeah. She's targeting this big fella right here.
Oh. Okay, let me
Yeah.
give that HP back. All right. Good to go.
Yeah, so I'm not sure how to differentiate between the purple circles and the skeletons.
That's fair. Frosty boys are purple.
Gotcha. Okay.
Regular ones are skellies.
So yes, she was targeting this skelly on the right.
Okay, perfect. I have adjusted that. Anything else?
I think that's it. Let me see if she has any bonus actions. No, that's it.
All right, Sinra, you are up. Dwarves on deck.
Okay. Here we go, fam. I'm gonna charge in the thing I do. Cool. So, is it just this one on the right that's turned?
Yes, the one with the little
Okay.
flag icon is turned.
Is that considered forced movement? I don't even know if it is.
In what sense?
Well, there are certain ones that... There are certain, like, things that, like, if they must spend their movement, then it's, like, not forced movement, because they're spending their move. I don't know. It's not like
Yeah.
pushing. There's weird stuff.
In
like,
regards
weird
to attack of
interactions.
opportunity.
Yes, yeah, that's
Yeah.
why I'm considering like where to stand.
Yeah, I would consider turn undead as a forced movement because it demands that they move their full movement away.
Okay. Oh no.
Actually, you know what?
My
No.
game just froze.
I won't count it as forced movement because I might use it against you guys someday.
Well, I don't know. It doesn't matter. I'll just get up in this one's face.
All right.
Does anything happen when I enter?
Yeah, he's gonna take a swing at you
Yeah.
because they were just waiting for something to get within. 15.
Miss.
That's it for him.
Okay. Then I shall wham bam bam. For... does a 15 hit?
No, a 15 does not hit.
Okay, and does a 24 hit?
That will hit.
Okay. And does a... what's that number? Does an 18 hit?
Yep, that will hit.
Okay, so 2 hits. I'll go ahead and throw a smite on the first hit.
Okay.
Second level smite. It is undead, I assume.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Okay. So that will be... checking my d8s. That's 4d8 then, I think. No, or 5. Two d8 plus 1. Okay, so 5d8. Okay, so 12 plus 8, 15 plus 8 is 23, plus 6 is 29, plus 5,
34.
34 for the first hit, and then
Okay.
the second hit is just gonna be 8.
All right. Anything else?
No, that is movement, action, and bonus action.
Okay. That brings us to the dwarves. We're gonna row the boat. Let's see. The boat can get to here. And the boat can get to here.
That was not in the boat, by the way.
Oh, whoops. Sorry, Zed. I just wanted Zed to be in the boat. My bad.
I think he was
Alright.
further back than that. He was like hiding. Yeah.
We made a melee attack. And they... Oh, right, because he disengaged. Yeah. That makes sense to me. The boat on the left is actually going to prompt an attack of opportunity.
No, we won't.
Yes, you will. Brodus, I need to make what? A wisdom save if I swing at you?
Yeah, you need to
Well,
make
before we do
a... Okay.
Highs or lows? This will depend on whether you or Millie get hit.
Last time I went low. This time I'm gonna go high.
Okay. It is low.
Oh, well, I'm great at guessing.
It is a 2 on a 1d4. So,
Yeah.
so they have to make a wisdom saving throw.
Yes. So, they have to make a wisdom saving throw DC 16.
Well, they rolled a 2 minus 1 for a 1.
Yep. So they gotta choose a new target, or
Which is Millie, because they are
Yep.
the only person within range, making everything I did prior redundant. All right, as they swing. Okay, 3d6. 6, 10, 15 damage. So it swings its blade, and it's directed its blade at you, and at the last second averts and slashes Millie across the arm. Its scimitar catching... This is a massive scimitar. Catching through her shield, it carves into the shoulder that is holding the shield up to defend her. And she takes 16 slashing damage.
It's fine.
In retaliation, none of the dwarves can do anything because they're either rowing the boat or out of range. Brodus, you're up, followed by the Frosty Boys.
All right, so now that I am moved forward, 5, 10, 25, you are still out of range. Why?
Fine, that one's running.
Well, I want to cast Bane on the 3 of them that are near us.
Okay.
So charisma saving throws for all 3.
All right, Frosty Boy first. That is that's charisma.
Yeah.
So that's a 7 from Frosty Boy.
Fail.
Then from the 2 skeletons, that is a 3 and a 6 on the die, which I guarantee are a fail.
Both fail. So, yep. Just
Okay.
mark them for Bane, and
This
they'll
little
have their...
unhappy symbol, because that's my level of unhappy with Bane. All right.
Yeah. So, they're gonna get their 1d4 that they have to roll every time,
All right, remind me every
And,
time I make a roll, please.
and the rest of my time I'm gonna row my boat.
All right.
I'm good.
All right, Frosty Boys are up. The one that is baned is going to move away from the source of the bane. It is going to move like that at a direct route away. The one closest to Brodus is going to make... You know what? It is going to look at... Zadar, are you hitting currently?
No.
No. So it turns its head towards you, and the pools where its eyes would be begin to glow this frosty blue. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
I don't have to do this. It's gonna make me do something I never ever wanted to have to do.
I know.
Oh, I rolled a nat 20.
Oh.
Ooh.
Well, you save.
Yay.
It's a roller coaster.
Lucky.
Oh, yeah.
And as that doesn't work, you feel your legs begin to grow numb and you kind of shake it off, and it is going to move a little bit closer to the boat.
Whoa.
And-
Too close, sir. Back away.
I think it gets to the point where it is like holding on to the boat. Almost. But that is it for its turn. Sidar, you are up.
Okay. That's gonna run over there and stab again. How dare you look at me?
How dare you perceive me?
See it? You see that?
Is that another nat 20?
Yeah. I can't move
Is
the
that
camera.
2 nat 20s in a row?
Yeah.
You
Yep.
beast.
I'm a rogue. A very lucky boy.
Lucky boy.
So I'm just gonna I'm gonna roll 20 because there's a lot of dice. 2d4 plus 12d6 plus 5 plus 6. I deal 61 damage with my dragon dagger. I try and stab it in the face and the eyes that it used to look at me with.
Yeah, this thing does not look great. You hear bone splintering in the skull as you kind of drag and drive your magical dagger into it.
And then I'm gonna I'm going to throw a flask of holy water on it as a bonus action.
Okay.
Which means I need to make a range attack, which can hit me, or I'm close to it, so it can't hit me. I'm gonna
Disadvantage because you're close.
Yeah. I'm gonna use my inspiration to use it.
Okay, flat roll? Sure.
Yeah. That's how that works, yes. Die! It'd be 12 plus, I'm not proficient. Improvised weapons, so it's a plus 5, so 17.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Hey, so it's thick 2d6 radiant damage, which I am rolling now for a total of 8.
Total of 8 radiant damage as this splashes in on it. It is still standing, but you hear the scalding sound of bone sizzling underneath it. And you see Iker kind of pulling out of the marrow of these bones and falling into the water from it.
Yeah,
in
die,
the areas
idiot.
that you hit.
Dumb chump. And that's it. I can't do any more things.
All right. Verban.
Sorry, I couldn't get the thing unmuted. Let's see. Okay. Verban is going to take 2 shots. Yeah. Okay. So Verban is first going to take. Well, he's going to move a little more central, just to keep his whole can't move 30 feet closer, sort of turn undead thing going on there. Oh boy, that sure feels exposed. Anyway, he is going to shoot a crossbow bolt at Skelly on the left, Skelly on the right. The Skelly on the left, though, is going to get a lightning arrow.
Okay.
Just for the fun of it. So first attack is a 23.
That'll hit.
Second attack is a 14.
That will miss.
Okay, then I'm going to use, for the first time, my heavy crossbow Fate, and I'm going to reverse the flow of time to make that crossbow hit.
Describe how you do this, please.
So, well, let me get to, because that was the second shot.
Okay.
So first shot's going to be the lightning arrow. So he kind of just like looks back to Zed real quick, gets the great idea that is the lightning arrow. So he is going to fire that. So that is going to be, I don't want to ding dang dice out. Okay, so that is 10. Lightning arrow is a lot. 48. I'm just letting Google do that. Hey, fun fact, if you type in roll 48, Google will do it for you. So that is going to be 24 points of damage as just like lightning crackles out. And so he's feeling real good about himself. Lightning bolt hits the skeleton, and then he cocks the crossbow, turns towards the other one, and just shoots wide. And as it's kind of like flying through the air, he just like kind of looks down at his crossbow and goes, "I've done this before," and just kind of like concentrates on it a little bit, and you see the crossbow bolt just come back in, and he's just able to just aim it just a little bit and fire it. And that one is going to be 13 points of regular old magic crossbow damage.
All right. Anything else?
I believe that is it for now. I think as exposed as he is, he's going to cast Shield of Faith on himself. I think that's a fair thing to do.
All right.
And that'll end his all of his nonsense.
All right. So the big skellies are going to move. The one near Sinra is going to make 3 scimitar attacks on Sinra.
Yeah, wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw? For each or just one?
Same thing that...
that Broda says? Okay. Let's see. First one is a 17.
I believe that succeeds. Yep, so it's good.
Okay.
It's immune to the same effect for the next 24 hours.
Ah, okay. Okay, does a 22 hit? Does a 19 hit?
Yes,
And I'm assuming an 11 does not hit.
correct.
Okay. So, now I get to roll some dice. So it swings its scimitar in 3 wide lashes. The first one dealing 12 slashing damage. And the second one dealing 21 slashing damage. Jeez, I rolled well.
Okay.
As it kind of comes in like an arc, and I think it drives your sword wide for a moment and like looks to be like leaning up for a smash for its final swipe, and you're able to like move to the side as it slams its blade into the water. The one near Brodus is going to move right towards the creature that just shot it with a crossbow very rudely, and is going to put 2 swipes on Verban and 1 on Millie. No, actually, 1 on Garak. Garak's within range. Alright, to hit Garak, that is a 17.
Yeah, that's his AC.
Okay. A 15 to hit Verban on the first one, and a 19 to hit on the second one.
Neither will hit.
Neither will hit.
Shoot a freak, baby.
Alright. Garak is going to take 8, 11, 16 slashing damage.
Okay.
And that is it for their turn, bringing us to Garak.
Garak will mutter something very cryptic about Null having domain everywhere. Because honestly, how dare they say that? So rude. And then he is going to shift just a little bit, which may provoke an attack of opportunity from that one. I don't know if it's what its range is.
Yeah, it has a 10-foot range.
Okay.
A 13 is not going to hit.
Correct. And then he will cast Spirit Guardians. And I think like sort of like ghostly looking dwarven figures start pulling themselves out of the water. Very Lord of the Rings, sort of.
Alright, where would you like to place it?
It is a 15-foot radius around him, I believe. Spirit Guardians. So it will hit all 3 of them.
I think I need to expand it 1 more.
More than that.
You're right. 3, 15. I have to expand it 1 more tick. There we go.
Yeah, and it should hit all 3.
Yep. So they need to make a saving throw, or they just automatically
I
take damage?
believe it's on their turn.
Okay.
When it starts its turn or enters for the first time.
Good to know. Anything else?
That's the action. Let me check if he has any bonus actions. No, he's good for now.
Alright. Kier is up. Senra on deck.
Okay. Kier was gonna try to get out of this, but now Kier's actually like nice in the safe zone. So let's say that Fireball would just be ill-advised at this point. We're fully underground, right? Okay, so no call lightning. Let's do another ding dang chromatic orb. That seemed to do just fine last time. Let's go ahead and throw a chromatic orb at the frosty undead that is trying to climb into the boat.
Okay.
That is it's an 11. I don't think that's going to hit, so I will use my inspiration for the day and see if I can bump that up. It's a 6. Okay. So 17.
That will hit.
Okay, cool. So then 3d8. Let's do, since they're frosty, let's do fire damage on that one.
Okay.
And that is 13 points. No, I'm sorry, 16 points of fire damage.
How do you do this?
So Kier's kind of looking around, this watery area, and realizing that if you can just burn the top half and kind of melt down, the what is holding together this skeletal statue, it will just basically fall apart. And especially seeing Brodus in the boat, he took so much pride in just getting the boat all beat up. So Kier just, the flowers on her back kind of bloomed this bright red, almost luminescent red, and she just basically throws a tiny little fireball and smacks it right in the giant's big old dumb head.
And it collapses into the water with a splash. Sinra, you are up. Dwarves on deck, then Brodus.
Okay. I will shift over slightly so that I'm between it and the dwarves. And then slice this fucker. Does an 18 hit?
That
correct?
will hit.
And then I believe my other two are misses. So rude of them to do that. I'm gonna put a level 1 smite on it.
Okay.
Okay, so that will be 15 plus 4, 19 plus 5, 24.
Alright, it is still standing. But you do see, like, chips and cracks in the skeleton structure of this body. Anything else?
Is this one over here? What's it doing? Is it?
It's just
like-
running away. Oh, I should have
Okay.
probably moved it on its... Oh, no, its turn hasn't happened yet.
Okay. Yeah, that's all for now.
Alright, the dwarves. Millie is going to lay on hands for 16 HP on herself. That's her turn. The dwarves in the back boat are going to move that up. Move that aside. To here? Kind of bump it into you. As the boat kind of like, bloop. And that is their turn. They can't make any melee attacks. Millie... You know what? Millie is going to back away 10 feet to the backside of the boat. And I think Philly's going to fill in and strike. Because she has not left its attack area. And Philly misses, so that's Brodus. Redeem the dwarves. You're muted.
Muted. I'm gonna Eldritch blast the one in front of me.
Okay.
So let's see.
You are at disadvantage because it is right next to you, within 5 feet.
Fuck it, sure. The first one is a 9 plus 8, so 17.
That'll hit.
The second one is a 21.
That'll hit.
The third one is a 16.
That will miss.
Okay, so I at least get 2 of them. Dun, 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 dun. 7 and 8, so 15 damage.
All right. Anything else?
Nah, I think we're pretty good here.
All right. This frost giant is going to move to here. And Zadar, you are up.
Zidar's turn. So the thing in front of him was obliterated. I forgot. Did you say it like sank into the water, or is it like an obstacle?
No, it's like sunk in the water. Its back, its like bottom half is just like
Wow.
underneath the water, but top
Great.
half is Gonzo.
Gonzo. All right, cool. He will go through the area where the top half was, but a moment before, and then see these two ding dongs being dingy and dongy. Their names are Ding and Dong. He's gonna breathe lightning at them. The lightning will, shoot out of like lean his horn down, and then the lightning will just shoot out of his horn. So it's not really strictly speaking a breath, unless his horn has his nose on it, and that's actually a nose. No, that's not. I'm deciding that's not how his anatomy is. It's just lightning. It's just lightning shoots out of his horn.
Okay.
So they need to make some sort of dexterity saving throw with a DC equal to where the fudge sickle cream.
Bane,
Yo,
which I
what?
don't think we've been rolling on their attacks.
Oh yeah.
Oh, DC 15.
All right, DC
Dex
15.
save. Yeah, lightning.
And that's dexterity.
Yep.
That's a 11, which is not going to do it. And
Yeah.
then that's not even with the Bane, which puts it at 9.
Nice. So it's gonna be 3d10. 2, so it's 9, 10, 11.
Do you have the 30-foot line?
Yes.
So both of them need to do it.
Oh, well, here's the second
sorry.
one. Second one, that is a 16.
But with Bane.
it's- With Bane, it's a 15.
Shit! They'll take half, I think, still.
They
of
use
16
evasion
damage.
and take none.
These giant skeletons have evasion?
Giant skeletons have evasion, turn immunity, and magic resistance.
I want them to not have those things. That's
I know,
my
right?
thing. I'm a rogue. I get evasion.
I get the special abilities, not you.
That's bullshit. I'm gonna run up and be.
How much
next
damage to
him.
the first one?
16.
16. Got it.
But half if it has evasion. Fucking nonsense. Skeletons. Alright.
Well, it didn't
That-
succeed. I mean, it could have evaded and taken half damage, but I want to save that.
Okay. Then bonus action. I don't know. Freaking. Not. I'm not gonna use my bonus action this turn. I'm gonna disrespect them and not use my full action economy because I don't need it.
Wow, okay. All right, so that brings us to, speak of the devil, do they need to make a save in Spirit Guardians, or do they just take the damage?
Let me double check on that. I do not recall.
It's a wisdom save at the start of their turn.
Yes, that sounds correct.
Wonderful. All right, that is a 14.
Oh, well, that's a failure.
Okay, they're going to use evasion on this.
Okay, and the other one?
Are they in it?
Yeah, it's a 15-foot range from where he is.
Oh,
They're
yeah,
in it.
okay. That is a 13. They fail.
Okay. I believe that is 3d8. So that's 13 necrotic damage.
Okay. All right.
And then, like, their speed is lower or something. I don't know. Right?
Fair. These things are not very smart, all things considered.
Yeah, their speed is halved. That's all.
All right. The first one is going to move to the side and try to get at this boat. And it's going to make one swing at Kier and 2 swings at the dwarves. To hit Kier is a 19.
That would hit. Kira is going to use shield as a reaction.
Okay. A 12 to hit Gawain, and a 25 to hit Tori, which will hit. For 7, 10, 15 damage. And that's it for him. The other one is gonna put one swipe, try to put one swipe into Brodus, one swipe into Garak, and one swipe into Zadar. Zadar, does a 20 hit you?
Yes.
Alright. That is 9, 10, 15 slashing damage.
I dodge.
I knew this would happen.
Is that 20 with Bane?
Nope, but thank you. Does a 19 hit you?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you for reminding me.
It's close.
Alright, the one on Brodus. Here's the charisma saving throw. It is a nat 20. Minus 1. 19.
I cancel the nat 20.
Okay. So I have to re-roll it? Is that what it is?
No, it still hits. It's just not a crit.
Oh, okay. Well, that wasn't a hit. That wasn't 2 hit. That was 2
Oh,
swing
okay.
at him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because, yeah. So then they are going to swing. We'll see what that turns into. That is a 18 to hit.
Bane.
Thank you. 18 minus 1. 17.
Yeah, I guess that can hit me.
Alright. As long as you're okay with it. That's 5, 8, 14 slashing damage.
Oh, that can we not do that again?
Yeah. And then the one on Philly is a 19 plus 5. That's 24. Minus Bane. That's 22. It's going to hit. I don't know why I rolled because it was going to hit no matter what. 6, 12, 14, 19 slashing damage on Philly. And that is it for its turn. For Ban, you are up. Garak on deck.
Okay. Verban is going to eschew his crossbow. A lot of firsts in this battle. So he'll kind of just let the crossbow drop to the strap that it's attached, and he's going to pull both of his short swords out and make melee attacks at the one that he is in melee with. So he'll make a regular and offhand. The regular is an 18. The offhand is something like a 22.
Both will hit.
Okay. So let's see. These are D6s. Another D6. That's 5. Okay. So that is 16 points of damage to the first one.
All right.
Still up?
Yep.
Okay. Then I'll take 2 more swings at it.
Okay.
That is a 21, and that is an 18.
Both will hit.
And that's another 16 points of damage.
All right. It is still standing. Barely.
Alrighty. And that's it.
All right. Garak, you are up. Kier on deck.
Let me just double check that this is not also concentration. It is not. I would like a wisdom saving throw from both of the two boys.
All right. Wisdom saving throw.
Yeah.
Okay. That's 12 from the first one and a 10 from the second one.
Okay. He will snarl something out about how all will grovel before null in turn, and he's gonna cast command, and they both need to grovel on their turn. So
They
fall
both
prone.
splash down into the water.
They
Prone.
have to fall prone. Yeah, that's
Yep.
okay.
All
Can we
right.
still reach them? Did you just make it so we can't reach them?
Yeah.
They don't do it until their turn. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
So Kier, they're still up right now.
they're
Kier
just
and
splashing
Sarah.
around for fun right now.
Yeah, they're just having a good time.
it's
Summer
just-
memories. Just
This is their beach episode.
oh my gosh.
So fun playing in water. Kier is going to Misty Step until she is. Let me actually get the right thing. Until she is right here on the edge of the this little outcropping there, and because she didn't like getting swung at, hit or not, wasted a shield spell, and then she's going to cast another chromatic orb because it's been doing the trick so far. So she will do another fire one, let's say at the one on the right.
Okay.
Sure, why not? Don't think that's gonna hit though. That is only. Yeah, no, that's only like a 13.
Yeah, that won't hit.
Okay. That's what she does though. Out of line of fire.
All right, Sinra.
Gonna go wham bam bam.
All right, make your first attack.
First one is a nat 20.
All right, roll damage.
Okay.
Now are you adding a smite onto it?
I mean, I feel like obligated to when I get a 20 as a.
Okay, roll me that damage.
I'm just gonna use a level 1.
Fair.
So then I will roll that damage. Then it's going to be 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. 37.
How do you do this?
Oh, okay. As it starts to lower its weapon and like lurches under Garak's word, Sinra will slide in towards it and slash her double-bladed scimitar up, sort of like into the rot and such in its abdomen, slicing up and then turning the blade and severing through its spinal cord, so its head just rolls off and splashes down into the water.
All right, and you still have one attack left in your action, and you still have your movement.
Yep, then I will come up by this one. And does a 17 hit?
That will hit.
Okay. This will not be a smite. That will be 7 plus 5, so 12 damage.
All right. It is still standing.
And then bonus action with the double-bladed scimitar, bringing it around and slash one more time for a 25 to hit.
How do you do this? I don't think you can do less than 3 damage.
No, I do 9 damage. I don't know who it's facing right now, but
It's facing away from you, towards Philly.
Okay. She's going to kind of turn and take like a sort of like running. She's gonna start running and then kind of like hunch down and then leap up as she kind of like climbs onto it and drives her blade down into it from above, and then like ride it down as it crashes.
Awesome. The dwarves take after you, and they're going to paddle.
I'm just gonna look at them like, you can actually just like walk on the water, right?
Well, didn't know if you were still concentrating on that spell or not.
Hold on, not even concentration based. It's just something that happens.
I mean, none of us cast spells. We literally don't know. Good to know, though. They'll get off the boat. they'll just move. They'll get to shore. Oh, that's Brodus. I can't move Brodus. Brodus, how dare you let me move you?
What about the other one? Is it just like off map?
No,
or-
it's still on the map. There's just a wall there. So it's just taking the
Okay.
dodge action.
Okay, then I will start stalking towards it, I guess.
I want to bring my boat.
You
With
want to
me?
bring the boat?
Yeah. I worked hard on these things.
Alright.
I want them safe and dry
Alright, you can get a boat to the dock.
and tied up.
Okay, you do so.
Yeah.
You make it happen. Making the magic happen. You know, everyone saw you make some hits. Is that it for you, Brodus? Or are you throwing any Eldritch Blasts or anything?
Nah. I'm cool. I'm just moving the boat,
Alright.
tying it off.
Zadar, you are up. Frosty Boy takes a dodge action as they cannot physically leave without moving closer to the target of their fear. I mean, I guess they could go that way, but...
I forgot. I was wondering what they were doing. I thought they were like off the map or something. They got turned. That's
Yeah.
what happened to them.
Yeah, they ran in a direct path, which was towards a corner.
Okie dokie. I will. I mean, I'll fight them. I don't care.
Yeah,
I'm
I was
feeling-
gonna say it only lasts for a minute. We've been through a handful of turns.
Yep, it's been 4 turns, so we've got
Mm.
6 left.
left.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or until someone
Um,
damages it.
So is this? So I see.
No,
there's ice
it's
on the
turned
map.
regardless.
Is it?
Yeah, even if you damage, they are turned. It's not like command or hold person or anything
Well, I
like
mean,
that. It
in
is-
the Channel Divinity Turn Undead, it says in action, you present your holy symbol and speak a prayer, censuring the undead. Each undead that can see or hear you within 30 feet must make a wisdom saving throw. If it fails its saving throw, it's turned for 1 minute or
is turned
until
for
it
one-
takes
or
any
until it takes
damage.
any- You are correct. I missed that line. Yes, until it takes any damage. Yes, you are right.
Yeah, it hasn't taken any damage, so I didn't.
That's correct.
To be fair, that's at the end of the whole thing. Who reads all of everything? That's
Yeah.
ridiculous. I see on the map there is ice. There's like a part where there's
Yep.
not ice, and then there's a part where there is ice. Is that like some sort of difficult ice terrain?
It for you with your dexterity score, no.
Oh boy, look at me go. Oh, you know what? When I have the mobile feat, so when I dash, which is what I'm going to do with my bonus action, I ignore difficult terrain anyway. So I just sprint. I leap over, like I sprint across the rest of the water, leap over one of the dwarves, and then just keep sprinting over the ice. And then I like slide and use my momentum to try and stab this guy with my dragon dagger.
Really want when you leap over the dwarf for it to be like a Free Willy moment. Dwarf's just like reaching up.
Does a 20 hit?
Yeah,
Not a natural 20, it's a regular dumpy little 20.
yep.
You know what? I'll roll dice for this one. I like rolling dice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Look at all the dice I'm rolling. Ah, I'm a rogue. So that's 10, 15, 22, plus 6 is 28 stabbing them damage. And you know what
Alright.
I've been forgetting this whole time? I believe I actually also do 1d6 acid damage. Yep.
With your special dagger.
Yeah, it's a special acid dragon dagger. Does an extra 4 acid damage.
All right,
And then I'm done. It's action, bonus action, and movement.
all right. For Ban, you are up. Grok on deck.
Or wait, how much movement was that?
Well,
Yeah.
if Zed just broke the turn undead, I suppose we better take this thing out before.
Yeah. This
It
thing
hurts
starts
anybody.
turning towards you all like.
Oh no. Well, sorry for him. It's still within range, so I will take 2 shots at it with a handy dandy crossbow. First one's going to be a 19. The other one's going to be a 28.
They both hit.
Yup. And let's go ahead and it'll be 2d10 plus 6. So that is 11 plus 6. So 17 points of crossbow damage.
All right,
And that's it.
all right. Grok is up. Kier on deck.
Rock will head over down here towards the dwarves and towards the coast. Who all looks like heavily injured?
Philly is hurt and Tori is hurt, but the other dwarves are fine.
Okay, so they all look relatively fine.
Yeah. I mean, Philly is bloodied, if we're talking mechanics.
Okay. Well, he's not gonna touch her. She's beneath him. Well, I mean, like, who does Karak touch? It's not many people.
No.
But he will say a word of healing for her. So, do like a level 2 healing word. Which is 5 plus, I believe. Nope. Play it up. So that will be 9 health to her, and that's a bonus action. And so for his action, he will do chill touch on that other motherfucker
Okay.
for an 18 to hit.
That'll hit.
For 13 damage.
Alright. Cure is up, Sinra on deck.
Kira's had some success with that chromatic orb, besides the fact that I don't really want to use any of the other. Can't exactly fireball, can't lightning, and poison probably isn't the best idea against the undead. So yeah, we'll do another chromatic orb. Okay. So that is 17.
That'll hit.
Okay. Cool. Let's go ahead and do 3d8. We'll go ahead and do handy dandy fire damage again. So that is 5 plus 8, so it's 13, 15. 15 points of fire damage.
Okay.
That's it.
Alright, it is still standing as this orb smashes into it. Sinra, you are up, the dwarves are on deck, and then Brodus.
Alright, I'm a run. Can I get there in my turn?
What's your movement speed? You tell me.
35, I don't know, you were saying something like ice is icy.
Yeah, I'm not gonna make you roll for difficult terrain. Well, I don't want to make redundant rolling when there's one enemy left.
Okay. Oh, man. Slashy, slashy, slash. I'm assuming an 11 misses.
That does miss.
Okay, cool. What about a 16?
That'll hit.
Hey! That will be 13 damage.
Alright.
And then the 22 will hit for 6 damage.
Alright. Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Alright, Tori, for the dwarves who are up, Tori is the only one that can make it, so he's going to run in, and he's going to make a swipe with his axe. 18 plus 2, that'll hit.
Lock him up, Tori.
For 6 damage. And that's it for Tori. The other dwarves are just going to kind of go like that. Brodus, you are up. Frosty Boy on deck.
All right. Let's get some Eldritch Blast going. 120 feet. I'm well within that.
Yes.
First one. 15.
That'll hit.
Plus. Well, hold on. That'll be 15 total.
Damage?
So.
Or 15 to hit?
15 total to hit because I'm
okay, so that will hit.
19 And then the other one is 23.
All three will hit.
Yep. So let's see, we have 10, 5, and 6. So 21 damage.
How do you do this?
Being that Eldritch Blast is force damage, I want to go straight for the spine and blow it out to almost separate in half. And then, just straight force right at the spine.
It snaps like a twig and just into a pile of bone and ice. And the room is quiet, minus the bubbling.
I will turn back to Verban and be like, do you mind bringing the other boat in?
I will grab your boat, Bruce. They held up very well. Actually, while Verban is out there, are any of the... So two of them are statues. The skeletons were just straight skeletons?
All of them were actually skeletons.
Okay. But like two of them are more covered in ice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Roll me a perception or investigation skill if you'd like to look at their bodies.
Yeah, because he's, especially since they were passing by statues that were turning into skeletons, he's trying to, like, are these hill giants? Are these, because I'm assuming these are large sized?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's see. That is, like 20, what is that? 26.
26. So, the two that were resistant to turning, not entirely certain what creatures these were in life. They look to be bones of various creatures that have been kind of fixated to make an amalgamation of a giant humanoid skeleton. The two with the axes appear to be frost giant skeletons.
Okay. All right. I mean, who among us hasn't made a bone amalgamation as a kid? You know, Verban used to do that all the time with the gnolls. You just make your bone totems. Okay. He's gonna grab one of the, if he can, if there's any skulls left, he'll grab an ice giant skull and toss it into the boat.
Yeah, you can.
Okay, I'm going to make a pauldron out of you, and then he'll tie up the boat.
Do I see anything with the passive detect magic on this skeleton?
Roll me an investigation check.
Okay.
Reason I'm doing that is because half their bodies are underwater right now.
Well, the one that I'm next to is on.
That one
is
is
not.
Yes, but 3 out of 4
Okay.
are.
Okay. 19.
19.
12 plus 7.
There is no magic innately on the one that is not in the water. But as you kind of quickly gaze at the remnants of the battle, there is a glint of magic that radiates as like a light blue from underneath the water.
Where precisely with this?
Near the frost giant that was the first one to fall, that was split in half, it looks near its feet in the water. So about 10, 15 feet underneath the water.
Can I even go underwater with water walking? Doesn't it like kick you to the surface?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it prevents you from going underwater. Let me double check the
How long
wording
does
on
it last?
Like 8 hours.
While.
Yeah.
Forever.
It lasts for an hour.
Oh.
So that would have
So,
gone off and been ritually
It
cast
would
again.
have while you were traveling. I got mixed up because water breathing is 24 hours.
Yeah.
And for some reason, there's a vast difference between the two. So I would probably say, because it doesn't change things that much, Ning would have probably cast it as a ritual again while they were traveling,
That's fair.
just to
They could have just
Here.
crawled back in the
Here.
boat.
Here.
Here, yeah, the other turtle. So I'm looking at 3 character sheets right now. So okay,
Yeah.
so water walk, so we don't have to redo that entire combat.
Wouldn't that just be hellish?
You can walk across water, acid, mud, snow, quicksand, or lava as if it were harmless solid ground, but creatures walking across lava are still going to take damage. No. If you target a creature submerged in liquid, the spell carries the target to the surface of the liquid at a rate of 60 feet per round. So you can like try to go underwater, you will just be shot to the surface at a rate of 60 feet per round every time you try to go under.
Was there one person in the party that does not have it? Kier doesn't have it.
Here.
Yeah.
Then I will call Kier over. If I would know this, she was swimming.
Yeah.
I mean, the wonderful Kier is not here to roleplay,
Yeah.
but I would...
Yes. What did you need?
Oh, she is. Shit. There is a glint of magic on this one down there. Can you see it?
I cannot see the magic, but can you describe the general shape?
I will describe the general shape.
Looks to be like a necklace or ornament of some kind.
I will see what I can do. And then Kier will hold her breath and take a dive and see if she can retrieve said item.
Okay. About this point, it's been over a minute since combat ended, right? Yeah. Yeah. All right. I gotta make some rolls real quick. Okay. So, the bubbling begins as Kier begins their search. But quickly, with it being pointed out by Senra, she dives down and on the boots of this skeleton, or the legs, it looks like between the femur and one of the other bones where it splits, there is a necklace coiled around one of the bones set in between. It is this crystal that is purple and blue that is covered in mold and the like, under the water, hard to make out. But she's able to quickly grab that and surface as the bubbling increases.
Go.
Ooh. As she surfaces and the bubbling kind of takes place again, Vervana's going to use Eyes of the Grave just to note, basically see the location of every undead within 60 feet.
There are about 20.
Cool. So then he's going to use Word of Radiance because he can see all of them, so they will all take 3d6 radiant damage.
All right, roll a damage.
Okay, 15.
15. Describe what this looks like as you incinerate all of them.
Yeah, so I kind of think that as the bubbling's happening, he's seeing Kier go to the bottom, not losing another turtle. Verban kind of, eyes haze over, and he is able to target all of these things that are reaching for the turtle. And then there's just almost like a flashbang underwater, and all the bubbling just kind of ceases, and the water goes still.
300 damage for Van.
Got them. 360 no scope, you know what I mean?
No, I don't.
I know
Sorry,
exactly
it's
what you mean.
It's a knowledge phrase, I'm sorry. Means we did a really good job. 360 no scope. Shadow this in the planes. Get good, noob. That's, it's words of encouragement.
does that mean?
Leap. You know? It's like somebody who's very good.
I do not understand any of these new
No.
phrases.
Zayd gets it.
I get it. I'd be happy to explain it to all of you.
No.
We're not in the maw of the beast, as it were. We may have just tripped an alarm of some kind. I'm sure we made plenty of noise. So
let's keep moving then.
yes, the quicker we move, the less time our quarry will have to prepare.
All right. So you exit the room, which comes to this staircase leading down. As you exit the room, you... No, we're going to get a music change. That's what I think.
I was actually wondering if we could take like a 10
Yeah. You know what? We'll take a 10-minute break, then I'll describe what's happening, then we'll decide what you're all doing, and then we'll have a cliffhanger. So we'll be back in 10 whole minutes, everybody. See you soon. Don't go anywhere or I'll cry. we're back. I hope you didn't miss us too much because I cried a whole bunch. So I hope none of you left. But we are back with Shards of Anarion. Thank you for waiting as we got water and took a break, and let's resume. So, the group of you exit the cavern that you had just parked and tied the boats. Exiting the room, it leads to a set of stairs that kind of lead down to a plateau and then to another set of stairs. These stairs themselves are cold stone. They are worn and broken and shattered in places, in disrepair. As you continue down, leading to the second set of stairs, there is a wide archway above the top of the set of stairs, and all of you are able to see what looks to be a massive temple, a ziggurat surrounded by stone statues. The ziggurat is, at once it must have shined golden. You can see the mottled, darkened building structure of various metals built into the intricate stonework of the building. It's 5 layers, and at the top, it is set in a giant cavern that reaches probably thousands of feet above the ziggurat's top. And above the ziggurat is this purple swirling maelstrom entering the top of the temple and funneling down. The temple itself is thousands of feet by thousands of feet, big enough to hold a dragon, and you can hear the sound of stirring from within its confines.
Okay. I would like to just take a glance around and see if there is anything indicating that this is in fact where the dragon is, whether it be, dragon's his favorite enemy, whether there might be claw marks or tracks or scat or even the sounds themselves.
So, taking a look to kind of look over the room, you see damage to some of the buildings that are not part of the temple, some of the roads. You see the scratch marks, even from here, of something massive moving through. You see claw marks through the stone that seems to dig in feet deep. You see smashed buildings where a tail would have whipped around. You see the temple itself doesn't have these same markings, but you can hear this kind of throaty growl that kind of emanates throughout the cavern. And one sec, I just have to pull up something. Alright, there we go. You smell this scent of decay throughout the air. It is not purr, that's not even the word I want to use. It is filling the area in a way that is unnatural. It is more than the scent of decay and death that you have encountered your entire way down. This is a more primal scent of death. Along with it, you see wisps of wisps of shadow surrounding the stone statues of dwarves within the city streets. Some of them frozen in movement, running, some with weapons, some running away from the temple itself, some running to it. And the last thing you notice is... roll me a perception check, actually. We're going to call this a DC 25.
I might actually be able to beat that. Let's see what that is. Perception. No, it's a 23.
Do you want to use an advantage? Or you still have your D6 from doing the recap?
I use that for Kier. Yeah, let's go ahead and use an advantage. Let's which dice am I gonna trust? I'm gonna trust you. Yeah. That's a 19 plus 7.
Alright. At the top of the maelstrom, as it funnels down from the top of the mountain into the temple itself, you notice small specks of light. They are filtered and almost intangible. But light is funneling in from somewhere above the surface, miles above. And the only way you're able to kind of get this vision is there's a small spot on the temple where the gold has not been mottled or marred by this decay that still glows and gleams with a brilliance.
I think we have made it to where we need to go. You see it if... let me ask this. Are any of the buildings around us still stable enough that we could, like, shelter within, potentially?
Off your previous perception check, yes, there are. I will say this, there is a chance of danger. I mean, this close in the lair of a creature, it no doubt knows you're here.
Sure.
So whether or not you'd be able to rest there for a significant amount of time, not sure. Okay. But there are several buildings that are still semi-functional.
And is anybody injured?
Minor.
Okay. Let's go ahead and take care of it.
I think the only one who is majorly injured was Philly.
Yeah, Philly got healed a little bit. Tori, let's see. Gawain is fine. Lurbeline is fine. Philly is still a little bit injured. Millie is fine. And Tori is injured a little bit.
I'm down 33, but...
So I can go around. Zed can go around and heal the dwarves,
Okay.
Whichever the two that were injured. You said.
Yeah, Tori and Philly.
So
I have the staff of healing.
Oh my god, turn this attack. I can do this. Like, this is for free, basically. I can do this stuff, so I don't have to use any charges. So, however many hit dice they have, I don't know how many it is, but add that onto whatever I roll. So 10 plus whatever for Feely.
Okay.
And then 6 plus whatever for Tori.
Can you hit me as well or no?
Yeah, sure. You get 10 plus 11, I think, is what level we are. So.
-3.
Oof.
-3 hit die.
Oh.
Yeah,
great.
coming in clutch.
It was, you said 10 plus?
Plus your hit dice. Yeah.
10 plus
however many.
8. Okay, cool. So 18.
Whatever your maximum hit dice is. I
Mhm.
don't know. Yeah. So that's 1, 2, 3.
Okay, so I'm still down 15, but it's not bad.
Then in that case, what is that? I will use the Staff of Healing in combination with my wonderful Grave Cleric feature, which gives max healing. So I will bring Sinra back up to full using 2 charges of the Staff of Healing. Is anybody else still injured?
I have 14 missing.
Okay, then I will do the same for Brodus. Use 2 charges. So Brodus back up to full. All the other dwarves looking all right?
Yeah.
Zed, Garak.
Garak was down a little. Let me check.
Zed will heal himself. He's fine. Another 10. So yeah. I do believe though that Grave Cleric feature you're talking about is only if somebody's at 0 hit points and then you heal them to get their maximum.
What is it? It's not Shelter Divinity.
It's a
you are a Circle of Mortality. Yeah, you're right. I need to read shit better.
That was like one of my first characters that I played.
For maximum possible HP. Okay. Well, then I'll go ahead and if I use the 2 charges, it still should be enough.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Garak is down 16. He will heal himself. He
Okay.
is capable of that. For cure wounds, which is 1d8.
So I'll expend an extra 2 charges just to make sure that everybody gets back up to full health. Okay.
All right. So, the group of you licking your wounds and healing, standing above the remnants of the temple district of the city of Mondag Tyth. Prepare for your next move. Our camera pans out into the temple, into its depths. The sound of chains clinking rustles with the sound of gold coins being scattered. A mirror glints beneath Tar and Iker as the dragon's eyes open, serpentine, staring at the mirror. Soon, everything will be as you command. It whispers in Draconic to the mirror. And from the shadows, a figure moves and laughs and walks into the mirror itself. And that's where we're going to end tonight's session. So, it has been absolutely delightful to play with all of you tonight, and thank you, audience, for tuning in. It's always fantastic to see your faces in the chat. We're going to sign out, so there's one thing I'd like to hear from everybody. I'd like to hear 3 things. Who are you? Where can we find you? And what are some projects that you're working on at the moment?
Okay. Well, hey, that's me because 2 other people aren't here. Hi, everybody. I'm Derek Sword. I played Verban and Kier tonight, which I had the ultimate pleasure of doing. If you want to find me and my projects, best place is Twitter, dsword16. There's a lovely little graphic that has some of my older projects on it because I don't really have a ton of stuff going on right now. I've got a move and shit I'm dealing with. But that stuff can be found in VODs and on podcasts and everything. So check out some of the stuff I've done before and look forward to the stuff that is coming out soon. There's the first season of Horizon's Call, which you can watch on YouTube. It's an oceanic pirate adventure that I DM'd on Eva Sariot's channel. There is the podcast Monster Crush. If you enjoy monsters and think they deserve smooches, you can find that wherever podcasts are found. There's more episodes coming out soon for that as well. And yeah, I'll see you all in 2 weeks. And I'll hand it over to Fox.
All right, I am Fox, or TTRPG Fox. You can find me here every other Tuesday. And then I have 2 offline campaigns that I run, which are fun. I wish you guys would, be able to enjoy them, but my players don't like the camera. But other than that, Shaping the Shadows, we have finalized artwork, like final. I will be throwing out sneak peeks this week on Twitter. So if you want to see those things, check it out there. Final prototype being shipped out for, and we'll get the final version, I don't know, in like a month or 2. And then after that, production begins, and we'll wish list it. Whoever wants to have it, great. More details will come out, and we will have an official Twitter and everything for that. Other than that, other secret projects I just can't really fully talk about. So, Farah.
Hey, it's me. I played Scenery today. You can find me here every other Tuesday, obviously. You can also find me here every Friday, where I play a very unfortunate cleric rogue. Yes, I have a multi-classing problem. Yes, his arm is now an autonomous creature with a will of its own. He's having an experience. Tune in to watch it steal things. Which, you know, he would have done anyway, but his arm's doing it without him telling it to. It's very strange. You can find me on Twitter at Ferocious. I also have something in the works that I think I actually can't talk about. And then I'm currently considering self-publishing some books in the TTRPG space. So I don't know. We'll see. Could be interesting. So that's what I'm working on. Oh, also, I'm like in the back percolating about these up and coming Graham exclusive games that'll be coming to the channel in the spring and summer, and I'm so excited for those. So yeah, okay. Off to you.
Off to me. I'm Vinny. I play guitar. I have a Twitter account because I like to look at memes. I'm working on. I gotta make rewards for a session I'm running soon. It's called, the title of the session is going to be called Rakma, which is the name of a Githzerai hunting party that goes out and looks for illithids, because the session's going to be about this one guy wants to go capture and dissect a mind flayer. So they're going to go attack a mind flayer colony. And I warned them that it'll probably be a pretty bad time if they don't do it right. But I'm trying to think of like rewards. And I think what I want to do is one of the players lives with me, so she might hear me. So one of the rewards I want to give is they're going to fight an Illithrid, which is like a really big mind flayer, and I want it to have its extractor staff, and like you can use it on an incapacitated person to peel their skull open like a banana and rip their brain out. But that's only if they win. But anyway, that's my life. I'm done.
Well, thank you, Vinny. Thank you for that enlightening staff.
What a fun, lighthearted game we all play.
Yes. Yeah. Woof.
Hey kids, come play D&D.
Oh, just ignore the sounds of your skull just opening like a banana. Hi everybody, my name is Graham, or Graham Crackers. This is my channel. I was your DM tonight for Shards of Anarion. I will be back next Tuesday for Anarion's Rest, where we will be continuing where they left off. But you can find me here every Monday, where I stream a video game or an MMORPG of some sorts with friends. You can find me here every Tuesday and every Friday. On Friday, I'm not DMing. I get to play your favorite Tiefling Oath of Conquest Paladin, Gaheris and Lervos, who... Nothing bad is really happening to Gaheris recently. Nothing to complain about. He got some magic weapons. He thinks. Given he doesn't know what magic is. But outside of that, in the next week, we'll be opening up our DM casting call for future DMs for the channel. So if you would like to, showcase your talents on the channel, or, you have a story to tell, we are looking for people that, fit our brand. And what is our brand? Who can tell me after every session of me saying this?
Having fun with friends, rolling dice.
Yes, kind of.
Okay.
Making memories with friends. You were so close.
I tried.
You did.
God.
I'm so proud after 3.5 years. But, so if that seems fun to you, you should definitely apply. We will also be opening up casting calls for players shortly after we find the DM and we kind of work out the nitty-gritty of the story they want to tell, how we can best do that, and, what they're looking for in players. But outside of that, I may or may not be in some other projects upcoming. but they're super secret, so I can't tell you. Well, I can tell you one. If you are interested in podcasts, you should listen to the Roads Uncharted podcast, where I am guest starring currently. And that's a phenomenal time where we're playing the Genesis system, which is something I've never played before. So it's been a delight to, have my first podcast experience. But that's it for me. We're not going to rate anybody, not because I don't feel like supporting, but just because I am having internet issues right now, and pulling up Twitch to see if they're live seems like that's tempting fate. But we will see you soon. I hope you stay happy, stay healthy, and stay hydrated, and we will be back shortly, and, don't go anywhere. We have a lot of stuff coming up. So, goodbye for now, take care, and stay safe. Safe times on the travels ahead, friends.